Managing your ASP.NET Storefront website is one of the most common tasks most store owners and store maintenance staff face while keeping up with an e-commerce website. ASP.NET Storefront makes it easy for you to manage your products and categories by allowing you to download information, editing that information, and re-uploading that information to your website. In this tutorial, we'll be looking at how to export products and kit information for items in your website and what you can do to update that information and make it easier for you to manage your website. To begin, click on the Export Product and Kit tab. Once you're here, you'll see that ASP.NET Storefront Commander shows various columns or attributes that are available for you in the product and variant sections for the website. While not all fields for products and variants are included in ASP.NET Storefront Commander, 99% of the time we found these are the fields most people need to update. In this sample, we'll export some sample items from our demo website and see what we can do to update them or manage them after we have it in a CSV file. To begin, we'll select the product ID, name, description, summary, and various other fields that we think would be important for us to have so that when we're managing this information, it'll be easy for us to change things as we see needed and then re-upload them later whenever we've made our changes. Let's see. One of the things that you'll also notice is that we have some drop-downs available. The drop-down for product class only applies if you're using an SEE code base. The majority of the customers using Commander on a stock platform, this is not something that will be available. You'll also see that we have drop-downs available for store as well as different locale. In this case, there's two locale available, English and Spanish. What that means is instead of having to combine different languages into one field, you can actually specify Commander to where it only downloads the US version of the names and information or the Spanish version. If you choose NA, it'll simply download the standard version that you have in your ASP.NET Storefront website. If you only have one language available, NA or the ENUS will work properly. You can also specify product ID ranges. What this allows you to do is that you can specify certain ranges from where you want the products to download. In our case, we're going to go ahead and use a range and say download ID from 1 to 30. So basically what this will do is Commander will only download product ID ranges from 1 to 30. Alternatively, you can also set ranges from when you entered the product in, or you can use a combination on both. But in order to keep things simple, we're just simply going to choose the product ID range and then hit Start Export. After the export is completed, it'll ask us to go ahead and save the file. In this case, we'll save it in our My Documents as sample export. Once inside, we'll go ahead and open it up, and you should see it's a CSV file. Most applications, or most versions of Excel will have no problem opening this. If you don't have Microsoft Excel, please look into getting OpenOffice, which is a free software program available for Microsoft Windows that you can install, which will help you manage these CSV files. Once you open up the file in Excel, or whatever your CSV program is, you'll see that Commander has exported most product information, or the product information that we specified, into an easy-to-read file. You'll see that we have product ID, the name, description, inventory, variant ID, as well as a mapping of which categories and section that item belongs to. You'll notice that if an item belongs to multiple categories, they'll be separated by semicolons. You'll also notice that Commander is smart enough to figure out hierarchy based on the backslash of a category. In this case, most items only have a single category mapping, so it only displayed it once, and the detailed category mapping wasn't displayed mainly because most items are only mapped. Most of these categories are top level categories. But what you will see is that most of these fields are easy for you to understand, and you can quickly make changes to these in case you needed to re-upload this information into ASP.NET Storefront. Using Commander, you can make a concise file that only displays information you're wanting to. So if you don't feel like having a huge Excel file with a lot of information, this is a good way to export only the columns you need to see or edit, and then save them and re-upload them onto your website. The exports feature is fairly easy to use, and we recommend this is the first step you should do when you get Commander installed, so you get familiar with how the Commander saves CSV files. Going back to Commander, you'll also see that we have a way for you to save your export criteria. This is a good way to save common fields that you need to have exported routinely. So instead of you generating the CSV file every time, you can choose the fields that you want to have exported, save the criteria, and then go to our Scheduler tab to re-import that criteria so you don't have to build this file again. We'll explain how the schedule works in another video inside the scheduler, but for now, this concludes our basic export system for how product exports are done.